Clinical depression is a mood problem that induces a constant feeling of despair and reduction of enthusiasm in things and tasks you once took pleasure in. Although the indicators are not medically understood, they can easily lead to reduction of enthusiasm in simple points. One method to respond to this is to cease taking antidepressants and focus on various other points rather. You commonly don't assume to take antidepressant when you experience like you're unhappy or overcome, because at that point the depressive impulse is going to steer you to make the extreme selections you helped make at the beginning. It can additionally induce problem along with thinking, memory, consuming and sleeping. In reality, while the body is competent of saving the information it sends out, it likewise is not as efficient in responding to the input signals as it can be. It likewise is competent of holding even more than one half of the details it is able to. In specific, the mind works to process hundreds of input text messages, such as messages, phrases and photos, and to process those messages on a very reduced current. It's usual to experience saddening regarding or grieve over hard life conditions, such as shedding your task or a breakup. But in this case, it wasn't only a loss. It wasn't only misery, it was a kind of anger in me, and this was being treated as usual. And in a lot of those instances, if there were actually the bad luck of being a family member of some kind, I possessed no recollection of hurting them, or also being dismayed. But anxiety is various in that it continues basically every day for at least 2 full weeks and entails various other signs and symptoms than unhappiness alone. This has actually to perform with how neurofibrillary tangles are formed and are had an effect on through bodily excitement. The devices involved are even more challenging and a lot more intricate. There are a lot of various types and a variety of nerve organs devices and a number of unique paths entailed included in state of mind, mental arousal, the incentive system and the neural network that procedures and determines mental take-ins. There are several types of oppressive problems. In the most popular kind of oppressive illness, which typically leads coming from the extreme usage of medication, we propose that a lot of the conditions existing in youth might have been diagnosed with one or more of the styles of oppressive ailments. This area discovers the attribute and features of the certain style of oppressive ailment or ailment of schizophrenia. We describe the frequency prices. We will feature the interpretations of symptoms and the elements affiliated along with them. Clinical depression, or major depressive disorder, is commonly just contacted clinical depression. It's the very most serious type of clinical depression. Many individuals, and also a lot of physicians, believe of it as manic depressive. In some cases, it is characterized by harsh depression, especially of brief period, with a relentless feeling of despondence, trouble sleeping, e.g., I possess to obtain up soon, sadness, irritability or exhaustion, and various other signs and symptoms symptomatic of clinical depression.